And we had some heat yesterday and some more heat on the way. There is some good news out of all of this. Obviously, if you really like the heat, I guess that's good news. But in terms of the Boilermaker, it looks like a high only in the lower 70s. Unfortunately, it does look like rain right now. It's still early. I don't want to get Tim Reed nervous, but it's still early. The forecast could change 10 times before we get to Sunday. But right now, looking for some hot weather leading right up until Sunday.
Well, and, the other side of that, though, is you won't have to worry about everybody overheating on Sunday morning. I mean, it'll be cooler.
That would be positive,
wet.
yeah. Andrew, am I correct in saying it has never rained on Boilermaker Sunday?
Other than a few occasional sprinkles, it has not fully rained.
Never rained. That's pretty big, but the rain does not help you when you're running. I don't think anyway. I don't think it helps you. I think it hurts. It adds to chafing.
Oh,
does it?
I've got a whole system.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Whole system prepared so that doesn't happen.
He's going to run naked.
All right. Andrew is, yeah.
People still chafe naked. That's the problem.
Christine, an announcement. This top 10 list from the Oneida County Sheriff's Department has been pretty effective, right? They nailed, what was it, number 9.
So far there's a total of 5, so half of the list is already gone.
Yeah. And this one was actually out at the Turning Stone Resort and Casino. We'll talk about that coming up. Later on this morning in the 7 o'clock hour, we're going to do a complete recap of what came down from Monday's decision from Judge Dwyer, or Tuesday's, I should say, and what all of that means, what we learned from the trial, and what is this going to mean for the upcoming trials. I think there could be, potentially 6 more trials coming up. But what does it all mean? We'll have an OD reporter in. I do have audio from the trial. It gets into the issue of inappropriate touching or molestation is when Sarah Ferguson was on the stand. And it is pretty graphic, but we'll get into it, an edited version, if you will, coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. There was also a shooting, a police shooting, and a video out from overnight, and this was I didn't catch the whole story because I watched the video though to see where it was and what city it was. But this was another situation where a police officer shoots and kills a black man. In this case, the child was in the car, and so was the girlfriend. She began live Facebook living. Is that how we describe that as an adjective?
Yeah. I've always referred to as live streaming, but
whatever. Either way, she's live after the shooting. So I guess we don't know what happened leading up to the shooting, but the video that came out that I saw last night is just horrific. It's the man was reaching for his license. She says that he told the officer that he had a license to carry. The man has not had no criminal record or anything of that effect. He went to reach for his driver's license or his registration in the glove compartment, and that's when the policeman opened fire. Now, what we don't really know, we haven't seen the whole story. I don't believe there's a body cam, and I don't believe that we've seen what happened. Well, we haven't seen what happened leading up to the time that she began streaming it live. But think about this. Here you are in an altercation. I mean, it's and you hear the little kid crying in the background, trying to help out his mother, saying, "I'm here for you." Meanwhile, the man is dead in the front seat. But this thing was streamed live.
The shooting,
the
or aftermath,
the aftermath. And at one point, they actually took the woman out of the car and handcuffed her, put her into the police car along with the child. And have you seen any of this story, Christine? It is brutal, and the video is very, very difficult to watch.
I saw some of it, and I'm looking for the details right now because there were 2 shootings in the past 2 days that have caused people to.
Well, the Baton Rouge story.
Right, this one I think was in Minnesota.
Yes. I thought it was Minnesota, and it's that live streaming video that is just really. This is the world we're living in today. You just don't. And then at one point when they pulled her out of the car, her cell phone hit the pavement, and it still continued to record live. And even in the car, when the phone was when the phone was in her possession, and I believe she was handcuffed in the police car, it continued to stream live. She continued to talk, and it's almost haunting to hear the way she was able to so calmly describe the scene because she knew she was describing it for everybody out there that was watching it. It is tough to watch, tough to listen to, and one of the toughest things is listening to that little kid try to console his mom, and that, of course, all streaming live on Facebook. Just really unbelievable. So we'll get to that coming up later this morning. Also have former George W. Bush. Is it George W. Bush, right, Andrew?
Yes.
George W. Bush speechwriter who's coming on. John Zogby's approach on the FBI action against Hillary Clinton, or inaction. He gives a pretty scathing report on Hillary and Bill Clinton and how they walk away from this. He certainly seems to feel that they do not walk away by any means in a positive, and this just hands a specially wrapped gift to Donald Trump. 6:19 right now. Christine with an update from the newsroom here.